Okay, welcome everybody. Sorry, I'm a little late here. Thanks for your patience. Today, we're going to talk about network labeling, pipe network labeling using Label Genie. My name is Tony Crick. I'm the Civil Product Manager here at CTC. And let's get going. So, labeling with Label Genie. It's part of the Sim project suite intended for the everyday Civil 3D users doing design and production drawings. It'll work back to version 2019 in Civil 3D. So why Label Genie? It's very versatile. You can do many things at one time. It's not just for pipe labeling. That's what we're going to focus on today. So we can label the entire network in plan or profile, along with other things. I'm going to show you some labeling in section view today too. So we can define different labels for specific parts, which in Civil 3D natively, you have to pick one and go with it and delete, and it kind of makes it tedious and not as convenient or efficient as Label Genie does it. So we'll save time using the specific settings within Label Genie to label multiple things at one time. Okay, so we're going to save time. We can control also, we can save our templates and control where they go. And we've stressed this in other webinars before, but the use of drawing templates and everything being the same is what makes this very powerful. So as long as everything is the same in every drawing, you save a template, you don't have to reset things up each time you want to label a pipe network. For instance, you start a new project with the template and it's storm sewer, sanitary, you want to label it, you use the same company standards, you just load your template and make a few minor adjustments and you're ready to go. We can also label multiple drawings at one time if so desired out to XREFs and other things. You can label by layout specifically too. I'm not going to do that today, but I'm going to show you where that is. So with that, let's jump into Label Genie live demo. Okay, so here we have a typical kind of just sample project that you might find. There's a corridor in here that's been defined. Within the corridor, we have a pipe network, we have storm, we have some sanitary. Within this sanitary, we have manholes and cleanouts. Those can all get labeled simultaneously. We have some existing conditions. We can set label styles for that, for storm and sanitary, so that you can differentiate the labels when you bring them in. So down here is just a profile, the full profile of it. We've got lateral profiles here, and we've also got, if you've ever used Sheet Generator to split out your profiles, those are over here, and those will be labeled as well, all at once. There's also some sections have been cut here. So we cut some sections here, pretty typical of how you might do your design. And those are over here. We can do some labeling in here. I will show you that as well. So let's jump into Label Genie. So that's up here. Okay, that's right here in the middle of the tab. We have an update release coming out soon. There's going to be another Clash Seeker added to this right here. So that's where it is. So let's just take a quick little spin around the Label Genie user interface here, UI, if you haven't seen it before. And if you've seen some of our past videos, maybe some things look a little different. So up here's the options. I talked about the templates. This is where they go. You can path them to wherever you want. Typically, it would probably be on a network where you're saving your labeling templates, and they're saved as a .lg file, which is just a JSON file. So here we have where the templates are. So if I click this open, these are all the templates that I have in here. You might have different ones. So we're going to be using the label type. We have several different of those. What we're going to do today, we're going to focus on network labels. We're going to do some multi-line text labels as well. And then we have our anchor objects for networks. It's just networks. And these are specific to what you are going to label. So certain things access other things, other anchor types here. Well, obviously pipe networks today is only pipe networks. Over here is your object count. It will tell you when we selected how many we've got. And this gives you your anchor points, which for pipe networks is vertices. Again, if you're doing something else, another one will show that in multi-liters and stuff. You have different options. And for pipe networks, we can do in plan or profile. Then over here we have our formatting. So we'll be getting into the style mapping for our storm and sanitary, which we're going to label today. And then some other settings to adjust your labels if you want to. So all the labels that we're going to be using today, they are all reside in here. Okay, so pipes, pipe label styles. We're going to be accessing our part network list. So we got our parts for our pipe networks. We've got our pipe label styles. We've got structure label styles here. So we'll be able to select from any of those. Anything you have here, you can pick from. Likewise, if you're using like multi-liter text, we're going to come to the annotate tab, and it will be these styles here. If you've seen some of our other webinars, you've seen that dimension styles, anything multi-liter styles, anything that it accesses is all native Civil 3D stuff. So there's nothing proprietary, which again, as long as your templates are set up, it's really just click and go. So let's start labeling a pipe network. So here we have the plan view. Like I said, we have a regular storm run here. We have sanitary with cleanouts. So let's go back to Label Genie. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set this up for our pipe network that we're going to label. So the overall goal here is to label these pipes with one push all at once here. Now, you can do it natively, of course you can. You can come here, like I said before, you can pick it. You can come here You can say this. You can do your adjusting of your labels, picking it, hopefully. Come on. I don't know what's happening here. It always scares me doing a live demo with AutoCAD. We all know how finicky AutoCAD can get. But like I said, so you can come here and you can pick it, and you can do it part by part. You can do it the whole network. But again, you only can pick one at a time. So you pick one and you go with it. And if things change, you have to delete them, pick them, delete them. Kind of a pain. With Label Genie, if something changes, all you have to do is rerun it. So let's go back to Label Genie. And let's start with the pipe network. So let's see, because I was playing with this earlier, I have something set up. So this right here will tell me to go get my network. So you can do it by name right here. I'm just going to do Storm right now. Whoops. So I hit Storm 1M, and then I do a refresh, and we see that there's not spelled right. There we go. I figured that one. So we see there's 49 here, and you can pick them by layer too. But in this case, by layer, okay, if I pick this, thinking that's my storm, see, I only get 34. And why is that? Well, that's because within the network, we have existing as well. So we have this existing pipe that's part of the network. And we could pick that too, but let's just pick the whole network, since that's what we want to do. But if you wanted to do just part of it, you certainly could. And you can do it by typing the name, wildcards, or you can just pick it right there. We see we've got found 49 of them. So we'll verify here, 49. Of course, we got to go vertices. Now we want to go, say we're going to do the plan view, so we don't have to pick the profile here. Formatting. So this, for pipe networks, this formatting tab, this style mapping is the only thing that comes into play is with pipes. So right here, this opens it up. I talked about the import parts right here. You can import all of your parts in there, or it's going to pick up whatever is in the drawing. So in this one, we've got a sanitary and a storm. We're just going to do a storm right now. So here's all our pipes that are in there. And I mentioned that you can select individually how you want your labels to look. So all these pipes right here, I could say right here, I could pick a style right there, and it will apply it to all of them. I've already set these up for plan, and you can set it in profile too long as you're here. It's not going to affect this right now. I'm not going to do that right now. We're just going to let it go. So this here, see right here, this one isn't the right one. We want that to be existing plan label. So it's just that easy to pick a new one and have it go. So I'm going to leave the rest of these as they are. Oh, and again, oops, change that back. Darn it. Where are you? Existing plan. Okay. So again, like I said, all of them that are to do with the pipes, what I showed you in the tree, they all populate right here automatically. Okay, they're all available. So we've got that. Now let's check our structures. Let's go over here. We have a storm plan. That's fine. And it's all style driven. What layer they go on by the style. There is some overrides. don't really need to use them. And again, we can set these if we want to. These happen to be preset already. They won't affect what we're doing right now. So we say okay right there, and we can say add. So it's going to add 49 labels. Okay. And there they are. So the existing ones come in a little with this italics. You can set them. The style can control the text in there, where they go. So that's right there. So it's all native stuff. Okay. So if you had that on an existing storm to come out different, it would. A different color, that is. So it's just that easy. We did it all. Now again, just like labeling natively, maybe not perfect, maybe not exactly how you want it. You can flip that label if we want to. You can drag it around. Whatever drag state you have to it is how it will show up. And if you drag it and relabel, it will update automatically. Now I said if you change these to a different style, natively you would have to delete them first. Maybe you miss one, I don't know. But with Label Genie, I can change this style very quickly. And it will update them. I don't have to go back and delete them. Hang on a second, something popped up here randomly. Okay, so we just come back to the style mapping, set it back to our storm, so it picks up our storm stuff. Got our pipes again. So let's change this one to, instead of storm size and material, let's change it to length description here, plan length description and slope. Do that for all of them, except for the existing. So it says it's going to update 49 labels. And right there, see it changed it. Typically wouldn't be doing that in plan view, but just to show you. So we'll just change them back real quick. Back to our style mapping, our storm. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Now we can do the sanitary separately if we wanted to. But like I said, you can do them both at once, as long as you got everything set up and everything's ready to go. So let's go back here, and I'm going to pick them both now. In fact, here, I just go select it so I don't mistype again. So we see right here, now we're up to 70. So we're up to 70 there. Come back to our style mapping, our format. Go back to our tabs here. So I want to change these two. Actually, that should be okay. I can leave it at the storm. That's fine. Should have another style for storm and sanitary. fact, let me go back here. Let me set it to that. I think this will take care of it. But here I want the existing plan. Okay. Structures, same thing. I don't know why that says that. Let's came in. Let's do that one. I don't think there's any null structures in this. So we got for the cleanouts, we've got cleanout labels. For this one, we want to set sanitary manhole plan and sanitary manhole plan. And for the existing, leave them existing. Say OK. Add labels. And there they came in. So they have their own label style. The cleanouts changed, or the cleanouts have a different style to them than the regular manholes. We did that all at one time. So like I said too, we can save that out now that we've got it set up. Let's open Label Genie back out. I'll show you how to save a template style. So I come here and I hit New File. This is being updated in the next release, so we don't have to do all that. But older versions for right now still have to do this. So then I click Save right here, and it takes me to the path of where I set in the options. So you can see I've made some here for today. That's where you would do it. Let's just make one. Here, we'll call it 705. Storm sand in plan. Sand in plan. And we'll just give it today's date. So now that's saved, and we can now move on to label the profile. So same thing, we can leave everything the same as it is if you just want to do it manually or you're doing it the first time. So we leave everything like it is, but we change the profile. So we set this to profile view. Our count should still be the same because we've got our sanitary and storm together, but again, let's just take off sanitary. Refresh that to 49, okay? And we're gonna label, like I said, the profile right here. So here we have to go and pick the profile view. So now this is on profile view layer. Okay, I mentioned before how keeping things consistent helps speed up the process. And so all of these profiles are created on the same layer. I can also do it one at a time if I want to. No, I cannot. Sorry. No, I cannot. I thought that you could. We might want to add something like that in the future. So I guess I'll just say okay here so it knows all that. We come back to our formatting tab. And let's start with storm, because that's what we want to label here. So we set all these before. So it's going to remember what we set. Okay. So let's just go through here and reset these up. I guess that's the best one we've got there for storm. I didn't make one for storm apparently. Well, let's see what this gets us. I think it will be good. We're gonna get everything labeled there. Okay, that's the pipes. Where's my existing? Okay, well, let's see what happens. This is, you know, it's trial and error sometimes. So you label and see what you get, and then maybe you need to change some things. I'm expecting to see my existing, which I'm not. Okay, well, let's just label and see what happens. Like I said, trial and error sometimes. Okay. I don't know where I set that. It's set somewhere. Took the existing for these existing structures in a different style. I missed something, but I guess you get the point. And then, you know, it's not perfect. You're going to have to move some things around a little bit, depending on your drag states too. If you have arrows, that will all show up. It's all native, and we noticed that all of these profiles, these laterals, got labeled along with the profiles that we split out for our plan and profile sheets if we were to plot, or when we would do our plan and profile plotting. So everything is labeled. So let's do the sanitary as well. So again, pipe networks, all we gotta do is go add that. You can't pick that in the profile view to get your network, but it is modal. I think that's the word. So we got that is still the same. Let me do this again so I can just pan down. Get back to our profile view. Okay. So we got our profile view. We'll go back to our formatting tab, our style mapping. We'll style for our sanitary, pipes and structures. So this is set to sanitary sewer, label, profile, length, distance. And it remembers this, like I said. So that's all set up. Just that easy. Sanitary profile for our structures. That's fine, I think. I don't think I made one for that. No, I did not. So that's like the default. That was made earlier. I didn't make a specific one for this demo, but you'll see that it comes in okay. So we hit add. Yes. Okay. And there they came in. That's however you want your labels to come in. Sometimes, you know, you might put all your existing right on the bottom of your grid there. You might put it up here. Maybe you put a leader to it. It's all user preference and label styles. And again, we've got our existing labels coming here. Look a little different on a different layer. All set up within that style. Okay. So I'm going to show you something else, that these are dynamic, in that if the pipes change, everything will update. And for that, I'm going to access Pipe Planner, Pipe Designer real quick, not Pipe Planner, sorry. So I'm just going to change, if you haven't used these pipe tools, maybe you want to get to know them, makes editing your pipe system. Very simple. So I'm going to just do this little run right here, which will affect these labels along with these, okay? So I click OK. And it's going to bring up a dialog box for Pipe Designer. And we'll have future webinars on this, but there's lots of settings in here. Today, I'm just going to quickly change the slopes here, just for something you can see. That didn't work. Do it manually. Okay, now you may have seen these numbers changing. I'm going to apply, say, oh, maybe you saw those change. Say okay. So these all change now. All these numbers are reflective of what they were. Obviously, that's not how you want this to go. I'm going to change all of those back. But I'm going to change them to 0.5% instead of 0.52. So let's just reopen Pipe Designer. Pick that same run. You can do the whole run. You can do parts of the run. You can do one pipe at a time. Totally up to you. So we violated on our last one anyway. Oh, because it said 0.1. Okay. So 0.5. Whoops. So when you get the red, these settings come from whatever your defaults are. Oh, okay. Well, that's why they're 5.2. So let's go minus 0.55. So now I don't violate any of the rules. All right. Okay. We'll do that again. Minus 0.55. Okay. So we're not violating any of our rules. I'm going to click apply. You can see what happens there. See, it's taking care of all that all at once. You saw this label change. Say okay. But didn't really want to show you pipeline. I just wanted to show you that these labels are all dynamic. So let's go into here. Let's get into, I said we were going to get into labels, multi-line text labels. So we can label these with the multi-line text. So open up Label Genie again, and we'll come back here and we'll select multi-line text, and it defaulted to blocks, probably because I did that before. So it's on blocks right now. You have all these other selections. We're going to label these pet boxes right here, and they're attributed, so we can access those values when we label it. And I will show you that in a second. So they're all on the same layer. Okay. Should be able to pick them. Missing something. Try. Oh, there's my. So it was set to sections. Okay. So this is one of those where you can pick where you do it, plan, profile, or section. Obviously, these are profiles. That's why I could grab them. Be able to come here now. Try it again. Okay, I don't know why that's happening. Well, that's no good. Let me take a look at that. See if we can figure that out real quick. So it's a fiber box. Okay. It's on layer. C junction box. I don't know why I can't label that. Let's try again. If not, we'll move on to the polyline here. We'll jump over to X. In fact, let's try it in the section view over here. So we've got them in section 2. And they are layered or labeled. I don't know how that happened. Let me get them off there. Okay. You know what? I made a template for this earlier. Let me load the template. Let's just go here. So maybe if you can't figure out how to do it, you've got a template out there. So I've got I thought I had one demo multi-purpose locking section. Well, let's load that one and see what happens. We discard those changes. That was no good. I know what I did. I didn't pick the layer. That's what I did. Okay. That's what I did wrong. So now I just got it by object name 25. It knows they're there. And it's got the layer. That's what I did wrong the first time. So I missed a step there. So go back to formatting. I said you can access because they are attributed. That populates automatically down here. You can add other things to it if you want to. So you just come here, you just click this and, well, here, I'll just slide one over and get it back out of there. So I got size, okay, it's duplicated. I'll just delete it out. Oops, I accidentally grabbed them both. Oh, good. Put it back in. Okay, so it accessed that, and then you've got how you want them to land, and here's other things you can play with them, how they go, just like you can creating multi-line text. Okay, so this is going from the insertion point, which we picked earlier, and it's going to go on that layer, and you can create linked if you want to, so if something changes with it, it will update dynamically. I'm not going to do it right now. We can background mask it. That comes in handy if you're doing overhatch, which I'll show you in a second. Come on. Uh-oh. Must have missed something again. In profile, center. Try it one more time. All right. Whoops. Okay, well, let's do it. Let's do this one here. Let's do this polyline right here. Okay, let's do that one. Hopefully we'll get that one to work. So multi-line text again, but this time we're going to pick polylines. And I go pick. This time I can do it with a single selection. I'll just do the one right there, so I have one. I'm doing a profile. So view process is the same. Got 8 that time. Okay, that's fine. It's not going to double up. Profile again, centroid. You can do vertices. Come back to formatting, and this time I'm going to add custom text to it. So I want to add custom text, and I'm going to call it. We'll just call it a vault. T. And I don't need anything else. This again is going to be where it lands, centroid. I think I'm going to change that to 0. See where it falls in there. And again, we could add other things to it if we wanted to. It's going to come in on the C anno layer, hopefully. The last time it worked. So there, oh, we don't like that size. We can control that. But now that we know it's going to work, we can label all these other ones too. Oh, that's weird. We can label all these other guys too. So we label all of them. And we'll fix that text size there. So instead of doing it one at a time this time, we're going to do it by layer. Pick this layer. It says there's 32 of them, and there's not 32 within these profiles, but some of them are in the section view. So I said we could fix that text. So we don't want 0.05, probably want 1.2. Let's try that. Add. It's going to add 6, update the 1. Okay, there we go. There they are. We can move that just like any other M text. You can do whatever you want. At this point, you can edit it. Let's go back over here to the sections. Let's see if that other one works for the section views. So in the interest of time here, I'm just going to load a template that I made already for these sections. With any luck at all, it will work. I did it right. Okay, let's do this one, a block. Check again. So I think that's right. Oh, I'm on polylines, that's why. Oh, I didn't say load. Okay, yes, I'm gonna get rid of those changes. So now we're good to go. So junction box, 25 of them, okay. And we're in the section view. I don't need to pick the section because it's part of my template. Already done that. Formatting, everything's taken care of. We've got the type, we access the type and the size again. I'm gonna leave that height for now. We'll see what it looks like. These are offsets from where it loads. I'm just gonna go ahead and add them. And they come in. Because we access their attributes, it's telling us what they are, okay? So obviously I played with the landing point before of where they went. So let's do these electric bolts here real quick. And these were brought in just manually into these sections as blocks. I should mention that. If they're part of the network, somehow you can, if they're part of your pipe network, you can label them using that too. So let's go back, let's load the other one that I made for those. It's the multi-text on vault. Load it, yes. Again, everything should be set up ready to go. Electric vault, right there. Just click add. Okay. And there they aren't. Let's have that later. Maybe I have it turned on. Oh. Okay, well, that don't work very good. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do? They went in the sections. I did that wrong. Okay, they went in the profiles, I mean, not the sections. So, well, there they are. We got them labeled now. Didn't label before. So here's that. Let's put them in these sections. I want to show you that. Obviously, label Genie is very forgiving. Because I said it was profile here, I should have said section. Should be able to just click add. No, to add, I gotta pick the sections. No, let's load. I don't know what happened to that one. Oh, so stamp. Oh, here we go. Demo blocking section. I did that one. Well, let's try to set it up from scratch then. You know what? I'm going to load that one. We'll do the station elevation in the profile. It's going to go in the profile views. I'm going to label the station elevation. Again, we pick that. Yes. Okay. Let's go back to our profiles and then label the vault corners, vertices, the station, and elevation. So that's really all I had to show you today. I wish I could have made that work. I don't know what, but it's the same as this right here. I could probably just make some adjustments to that. I'm not going to in the interest of time today. So I see a couple of questions here. Change the label in properties. You don't have to delete. That's correct. Will we share our templates? Sure. Yeah. Send email to me. I will share all of my templates with you. I have no problem with that. It's a good jumping off point. So I don't really have anything else to show you. So questions, so what is it? Again, it's part of the SIM project suite. We also have the SIM management suite, manager suite available. They're separate packages. You can get them from your latest reseller or contact our website. Again, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.